So we're going to be doing a case study for a deal that just closed today. It was a lead that was sent in to novationjv.com. So this was sent by a wholesaler, and this is actually a wholesaler we've done quite a few deals with. I think we're on deal maybe 7 or 8 with them. So shout out to HLT home buyers. They're actually local here too, so I'll see you guys this weekend at the Rainmakers Summit and my party. But yeah, man, so Carlos is going to be hopping on here. He's one of the team leaders and like one of the OGs that's been on the team the longest. Really cool dude. So I'll give everybody a little preview of this property too as Carlos gets on. So you think of Novation like really nice houses, right? This is the house, 1,300 square feet. We made 40 G's, and I'll tell you guys how in just a second. So this is literally, I mean, this is nothing crazy. So you can see it's a small town too. All right, let's see if we got Carlos back on. Here we go. All right, except for this time, bro. Carlos P, what's up, my guy?
What's good, Rich? What's good, bro?
Man, dude, thanks for coming on here. I know you've been busting it all day, man. We've been going back and forth on deals. You're about to get married, man. You got lots of great stuff going on, man. Congrats on all your success, dude.
Appreciate it. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Dude, so I'm excited about this deal, right? Because this would be a deal that at face value, it doesn't scream Novation, right? I just showed everybody the picture of the house. It's like a little blue house, 1,300 square feet. It's pretty rough. You know what I mean? It's maybe, yeah. Is this the Roach one, or is that a different one?
No, that's a different one. So,
Okay.
so to talk about this one, man, first of all, shout out to Jesse, HLT Home Buyers. You know, our guy sent us this lead, and this was a little bit of a situation. So with this lead, we got it, I want to say a couple months ago, and there was a divorce situation where the husband just would not sign to sell the property. So the wife, which was the person we were talking to, said, hey, look, you know, I really want to get this done. He's of a different opinion, so we're just going to go a different direction. And crazy. So she called me the beginning of July and said, hey, Carlos, I got some news on the property. The husband, who's dealing with some mental health issues, ended up passing away at the property. And she was like, we need to sell this, because she had, from the time we had last talked till now, drained her savings just trying to keep the mortgage current. And so super highly motivated. So the other caveat is she ran out of money. And so facing foreclosure as of August 15th, they were going to start the foreclosure process. So not only did she have more motivation to get it done, but she had no money and hadn't even seen the property in a couple years. So we went under contract, and flawless process. So the process we have when it comes to interviewing agents, there's a big difference, right, between a flat fee agent and having an agent on board. And it goes back to having an agent that also is motivated to help us get this across the finish line. Crucial, very crucial. But with the Rainmakers interviewing process, I went through 3 agents, sent 3 agents to the property. We got this one under contract, I want to say I think we initially got it under contract at 163 or something like that, 163. And the first agent came back and said, hey, this property is full of stuff. It's not going to work. I think you're going to need to list this at somewhere around 120. It's going to be an investor special. And I'm like, that's not good. Get a hold of the second agent and talk to the second agent. And the second agent tells me, yeah, I can probably get you guys an offer at about 145. But again, investors are the only ones who are going to buy it. So I called the third agent, because we never just call one. We call multiple. And I'm interviewing this agent, and she's definitely a go-getter. See her name all over on other properties sold. So all of them had good reputations in the area. They got multiple sales. So this agent, because it's Helena and it's got that small town kind of vibe, she tells me, oh, those other 2 agents are also heavy investor buyers. So what they're very well known for is they're known for, if the property doesn't fit what they want as their criteria, their box, then they're going to basically be the buyer. So the offers they were giving you is as them as the cash buyers. So she's like, that's kind of like a one-sided type of situation. Good thing you didn't sign with them. So I'm like, that's key information, right? So we get the agent in there, and she says, yes, it's a mess. And obviously seller doesn't have the money to clean it out. And so what we did was we spent some money to clean out the property, to do a trash out. And after the trash out was done, there's still marker writing on the wall because the guy had mental issues. There was like the place was not in the best condition. So the importance of picking a good agent, this agent went out and mowed the lawn, wiped down the walls, mopped the floors, and literally put her own elbow grease into getting this property ready. And she came back, and my question to her was, do you recommend us to spend more money on a deep cleaning? I mean, do we need to get quotes for that? And her reply to me was, no, I'm just going to handle it myself. And at this point, don't spend any more money. Let's see what we can get. Mind you, she's the one that referred me the company that did the clean out, right? And we had gone through 2 quotes, and I went with the best one that can get it done the quickest and the most cost efficient. So she's all over this, right? After we get it cleaned out, the neighbor walks by, and while she's cleaning, the neighbor offered $135 and said, hey, look, I know somebody died in the property. I'm going to give you $135 and I'll just take that off your hands. So this is like sending off like red flags in my mind. I'm thinking like the first 2 agents offered pretty low. This doesn't look like the best of properties. Is this going to be what we're stuck with, right? And she says, nah, forget that guy. He's just, in my mind, taking advantage of, because he knows the situation. So she gets her buyers in there, and literally it took us about a week and a half to get this cleared out. We locked it up the first week of July. She got it. The trash out guys took about a week to get everything done after the quote was accepted and paid. And then she took
2,500, right? Just shy of 2,500.
2,500.
Only money put in this deal.
Yep.
For the trash out.
Yep.
Okay,
So
cool.
we put 2,500 into it, and then from that point, she went in there and cleaned it out a couple different times, did the yard work, and got it ready. So it took us about a week and a half to 2 weeks. So now we're bumping mid-July, and we haven't even marketed yet. So she did a coming soon type of situation out to her network of buyers before we even signed listing docs. And she says, listen, this is hot. I got people wanting to see this. Let's go ahead and let's let this fly in the market. She listed it, and within 1 week, we had 7 offers. Now, her suggested price was, we're not going to go with, because I said, all these other investors are coming back super low, and we have to be, I told her we have to be at 225. She's like, well, 205 is a number that I think would fly off the shelf, but why don't we play 215 and let's play the market. So when we listed this, in a matter of 4 days, we got 7 full price offers, everybody trying to, bid each other out. But of course, we had to get this closed by the 15th of August.
Yeah.
So we took the offer that had cash buyer, no inspection. There's mold in the property. There's other issues with the property. He just accepted it, and he's rolling with it. So we move forward in accepting his contract. Then we open up title. So once we get it to title, we get all our paperwork to title, and we're good to go, which would have been last Monday. Wednesday, title comes back with, hey, this is a divorce situation, and the divorce decree says 100% of proceeds go to the husband, who's now deceased. And not only that, because of that, they said, even though the title and the deed is in the seller's name that we've been communicating with, we're going to void out your agreement with the seller. It's null and void, as well as the buyer's offer is null and void. This was on Wednesday, and I'm like, I'm sweating at this point. So I'm like, okay, cool. All we need to do is we need to figure out what needs to happen. So they said, you need to go through probate. At this point, is definitely going to have to go through probate. The title company gives me a lawyer referral. The agent gives me a lawyer referral. And I called those 2 up, and they're telling me 6 months to a year to go through probate. And I said, we're explaining the situation with the seller on the phone. She's stressed out, and she's like, I can't afford that, and I don't want to ask you guys to pay the mortgage payment. This house is going to be foreclosed on in that time frame. So I got another lawyer that I reached out to, who we got on the phone, explained the situation. He's like, oh yeah, we don't need to take it through probate. We just need to appoint you as the personal representative. That's all that's needed. We got him on the phone on Thursday morning. On Friday, she works in the same building. So she goes down the stairs, meets with him, signs off on that. On Monday, that clears. So we're back on board. And Monday was the close day. So, which is today, right?
Yeah,
Um,
I was saying you're talking Monday, as in today. Yeah, this happened today, and it funded today too.
yeah,
Wires already hit. Everybody's been
yep,
paid.
yep,
That's
yep.
crazy, man.
Yeah,
So,
and so here's the other thing. Here's the other thing. When so we got everything docked up the proper way as the PR of the estate of the deceased husband. So we did docs on Sunday. I redocked with her. Our agent got a hold of the buyer's agent and redocked that buyer's offer on Sunday. So we all submitted our paperwork. Title had it first thing this morning and said, okay, now we got the proper paperwork. We're just waiting for the PR. That could take anywhere from 3 to 5 business days. So the attorney, I got on the phone with him and the seller, and he says, well, here's what I'll do. I've got a little bit of time right now. He gets in his car and he drives down to the courts, gets the paperwork needed, and then drives it and takes it to the title company, gets it done, right? And so now we're like, okay, that's all we needed. We're ready to close. So a lot going on behind the scenes on this one. On top of that, like, yeah, this is not your typical cosmetic type of lipstick cosmetic situation with a property. This is a rundown property that we had hoped would go for 225 to 250 based on our numbers, but after looking at the shape of it, it just wasn't going there. So again, our process is flawless when it comes to interviewing agents and, also problem solving, getting in there and finding out what we got to do. But yeah, that one ended up landing us a nice, it was a banger. It was a 42K spread.
dude, that's one of those ones that if you would have walked away from that at any point, I don't think anyone would have like blamed you. You know what I mean? Like that was definitely, and that's the thing that like you would have no way of knowing you were dealing with any of this because you said you first started talking to the seller before the husband passed away in the property.
Yep.
Insanity. That's completely insane. But like the seller got her problem completely solved. I'm sure she was really happy at the end that she didn't lose the house. I mean, she was, I imagine, pretty stressed out. I mean, I couldn't even imagine her situation. You know what I mean? Losing her ex-husband there, and then wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to say she was stressed back in February. Like she was beyond stressed this time around. And there's so many things that we were able to do on this deal. Like there's still a couple things that she needs done. Her biggest concern on this one was, do I need to set up another bank account? Because technically the funds are supposed to go to the PR of the estate of her deceased husband. And so we got on the phone, talked to title, and they're like, yeah, no problem. We'll just wire it to your bank account. So getting on the phone and handling a lot of these things is what we do as closers that make the difference, right? That make or
Oh
break
yeah.
the deal. Yeah.
Yeah, all the little side quests, they're not important until they're the most important thing in the world. Because it's the thing standing between you getting paid. You know what I mean? And man, our JV partner that did this, I was telling them, like, I think we're 7, 8 deals deep. And, like, they're just using you as the easy button. You know what I mean? They don't deal with any of this. They just get a call when closing day comes, basically. You know what I mean? I don't think they've had to put in money on any of the deals. And I know they're in, well beyond 6 figures up,
Oh yeah.
from the deals that they've sent. So
Oh yeah.
that's crazy. Yeah, you're the all-star, bro. I bet you they've got some sort of like little memorial for you at the office or something. Some little a picture of you and everything. They just salute and everything. So that's dope, man. Yeah, they're cool as hell though. We'll get to see them on Saturday. So
Yeah.
that'll be
Yeah.
dope.
And that's the thing is like we're definitely we're well into the 6 figures with them on deals that we've JV'd on, and this deal and other deals that are similar to, which again, not lipstick cosmetic, weren't the best, most attractive. We've handled some challenges, but on those challenges we've made 40, 60, 50. We've made some big spreads on those deals.
Yeah.
So the other thing about Novations, which is why I love Novation so much, is that our market is from the MLS. That is the best source of buyers. So by us using our method of approaching MLS buyers with the right agent, who, again, you got to do it right. As long as
Yeah.
they know what we're doing and how we're doing it, they're making money. Everybody's making money, and they're highly motivated to get this thing across the finish line.
Like you said, you persevered through two agents that basically told you you had no deal. You know what I mean? And it's not in a major market. I looked it up, 35,000 people. You
Yep.
know what I mean? I mean, we dealt with a lot smaller. I actually thought it was going to be smaller, but that's like there's not a lot of options in those markets. You know what I mean? Off market, like the cash buyers, I guarantee you would have been in the same range as those realtors. Like if you tried to just sell it off market, it probably would have been pretty difficult to pull that one off. So
Yeah, yeah, and that's one of the biggest things. Again, Molly, our agent out there, rock star. She reached out to an agent friend of hers, who happened to have a buyer who was looking for an investment property, and this is his first one, and he didn't want to be outbid because he'd been outbid a couple times before. So his offer was like at the top, and he waived everything just to get this. And again, that connection was through the MLS. We wouldn't have found that buyer if we try to dispo that. Everybody else is going to come back at wholesale prices.
absolutely, man. Well, dude, salute to you. Salute to you, man. Everybody, when you submit your leads to novationjv.com, there's a good chance that either Carlos is going to work them or someone that Carlos is working with is going to work them. So he's an absolute beast. Again, salute to you, Carlos. You deserve all the accolades, all the success, everything that's coming your way, man. That's why I want to share you with the people. I feel guilty keeping you all to just the team. You know what I mean? Like, I love your perspective on things. I like how you're just like a smooth operator. I never really see you getting too frazzled or excited about things. You're always just like in there, just logically thinking, but you're really good and empathetic with people. Like you communicate in such an effective way, but it's not over the top. It's just like so natural and smooth. It just cuts right to people. So I love that about you, bro. I just want to give you your flowers on here, man.
Appreciate it. Thanks, bro.
Awesome, man. Well, I'll let you get back to that beautiful family, man. I'm going to go hang out too. So everybody have a great day. And we're going to be doing some more of these case studies. So we'll tap back in on these.
Yes, sir.
All righty.